Alright guys, welcome to another keyboard review video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Yunzii CK84. If at any point you guys want to check out this keyboard, I put Amazon links down below in the description. So pretty standard packaging, you have the Yunzii logo up here, a few graphics on the front, and it's pretty much mirrored on the back, but let's get this thing unboxed. So opening up the box, here you have the keyboard. Now this ranges from $95 to $89 on Amazon, depending on which color you get. So we're gonna put the keyboard aside for right now and see what else is in the box. So they give you a little sheet that tells you the specs of the keyboard, and then also in the box, you have some extra keycaps on there to swap out, as well as a keycap puller, as well as a switch puller, and then a decently thick USB-C cord. So again, you have the keycaps, USB-C cord, keycap puller, switch puller, and then the keyboard. Now let's get this thing unwrapped from the box. And this specific colorway is called Shimmer on Amazon, which I think looks awesome. It's kind of like a retro vibe with gold, gray, and kind of an off-white. Really cool. And then the back of it is see-through, so a really neat looking keyboard right from unboxing. It is quite light. It is a full plastic case. I mean, you guys can see right through it. It's the case, PCB, and that's pretty much it, although it doesn't sound too hollow. The port for the USB-C is actually underneath, so you plug it in right down there, so that might be a little troublesome if you want to use a custom cable, and it can be routed from the right side, left side, or straight out the front. But this kind of keyboard is really only made for this kind of cable, so that is unfortunate, but it does look awesome. So let's talk about form factor and build quality. As you guys can see, you have your designated function keys as well as your arrow keys. So this is a 75% keyboard. This form factor is more of a enthusiast style form factor. I think it looks really attractive on the desk, and as a creator for editing, I love that it has designated arrow keys. 75% is a really usable form factor. Now build quality, I've already kind of talked about it. Fully plastic, you have rubber pads down at the bottom, as well as some flip up risers down at the back, and for staying stable on the desk, it does a pretty good job. Now this is a very angled keyboard when you have the risers up, which I kind of like. It is very comfortable to type on with the risers up, and when you have them down like this, it's a very flat typing angle, so a lot of diversity with this keyboard. But let's plug this in and talk about the switches. So here we have the Yunzii KC84 all plugged in, but let's take one of these keycaps off and take a look at these switches. So I have this keyboard in Gateron Red Switches. There's a couple different switch options, so definitely check out the Amazon listing, but these Gateron Red Switches definitely feel nice. Let's see if this keyboard is hot swappable. I'm 99% sure it is based on the Amazon listing, and it is. It is hot swappable fully with 3 and 5 pin switches, as you guys can see from the PCB there. So pretty much any switch, 3 or 5 pin switches. You can put KO box switches in here, Holy Pandas, ultra customizable in terms of the switches. So that is an awesome sign for this keyboard. Hot swappability is definitely a huge plus. But now, how about let's give you guys a sound test for the Yunzii KC84. So I'm really excited to get this spacebar off and look at these stabilizers, because as you guys can hear from the sound test, this thing sounds solid, and when typing on it, it feels solid. So it has a nice sound and it feels solid. So a really, really good sign for the Yunzii KC84, but let's get this spacebar off and take a closer look at these stabilizers. So we took the spacebar off, and you can see we have some peach stabilizers in here. They are very generously lubed. I don't know how well you can see that. And as well, that is why this keyboard sounds so good, as I don't know how well you guys can see, but underneath this backplate right here, they actually have foam pre-installed into this keyboard, so that's why it sounds so nice, and that's why it didn't sound so hollow when I was hitting the back of it. So it does come from the factory, pre-lubed with the stabilizers, and there is some foam underneath the back plate to make this keyboard sound amazing. So far for a $95 keyboard, I am really loving the Yunzii KC84. Let's turn these lights off and get a closer look at the RGB. So with the lights off, this is how the Yunzii KC84 looks. Really solid RGB, really even glow throughout it. These are not shine through keycaps. So the only RGB that you're gonna see is coming out around the keycaps and You're not going to see this when you're typing on it, but it also comes out the back of it, which is pretty cool. So the manual that I talked about earlier when I was unboxing this tells you how to operate all the lighting modes on here. So there are a few different lighting modes on this keyboard, as you guys can see, and as well as that, there are also static colors on here as well. So you press the home button to change to the different colors, and F and pause to change the different lighting effect on here. So that's really cool. As well as that, of course, you can change how fast the lighting effects move and turn the backlight off in general. But overall, it's really easy to use for the lighting modes, and it definitely has a nice consistent glow in it. So really nice RGB for the Yunzii KC84. But now that we got the lights back on, let's talk a little bit more about these keycaps. So for a $90 keyboard, I was hoping that these would be PBT, and they definitely are. They're an ultra smooth feeling keycap, no texture on it, extremely smooth, so there's not going to be a lot of grip on it when you are typing, but these are nice thick keycaps, which also contributes to the really nice sounding when you type on this keyboard. And these are going to last you for a really long time, so they're nice high quality keycaps on this keyboard, and they all ultra smooth, which would be nice for typing, or if you don't like a grippy kind of keycap, this would be amazing for this keyboard. And they are PBT, which, listen you guys, they make this keyboard sound really good, so definitely an A+ for the keycaps on the Yunzii KC84. And if you want to change out the keycaps on this keyboard, which I don't know why you would because it looks amazing on here, but if you did, as long as it has a Cherry MX profile on there, you're pretty much good to go. So that was my full review of the Yunzii KC84. For a $90 keyboard, this thing looks incredible. If you're looking for a nice aesthetically pleasing board, this one definitely takes the cake with that. It has nice build quality, stabilizers are pre-lubed, and from the factory it comes with foam installation, so this thing types and feels solid. So yeah, you're definitely spending a little bit extra money for the nice high quality features, but would I say that it's worth it? 100% yes. I would highly recommend the Yunzii KC84 75% keyboard. Alright, so that was my full review of the Yunzii KC84. Again, if you guys want to check out this keyboard, I put Amazon links down below in the description. I really hope this video helped you guys out. If it did, it'd be awesome if you could hit that like button or that subscribe button. But I was your keyboard review guide, and I'll see you in the next video.